No, I don't think we should go this low. I think that we need to make very dramatic investments as quickly as possible. And 1.7, I mean, for legislation, as I mentioned earlier, the Republican Party has already shown a pattern of the fact that their vote can't even be counted on. So they engage in this pattern, as we've seen with legislation, for example, the January 6th Commission, where they issue all of these demands and they say, you need to go lower, you need to do less, you have to, meet our demands. And then when some Democrats who in good faith try to accommodate in order to earn their support, that legislation comes to the floor and then they will end up pulling their support at the last minute anyway. So I don't believe that they have proven themselves to be a reliable and dependable enough legislative partner to be in the position to be making any demands of the Biden administration. Maybe when they can actually contribute and vote for legislation that they impose demands on, we can actually talk about them issuing larger demands on legislation that will be defining our infrastructure for the next 10 years. But I do not believe that the Biden administration should be doing this. I think it is, they have a history of doing this. It's manipulative. It's their way of trying to bring down investments in communities. And by the way, these cuts almost always disproportionately impact vulnerable communities. They impact communities of color, they impact rural communities, they impact low-income communities, and a lot of times they impact democratic, deep democratic communities and districts. And so, to sacrifice all of that when in the end they have a pattern of not even voting for it anyway, you're not even picking up their vote. And so I don't think that I don't think that their behavior has merited or deserves or puts themselves in a position of making demands. When they actually want to participate in good faith in our legislative process, then maybe we can discuss that. But so far, especially in this session, they haven't. And I think the January 6th Commission vote was a perfect example of that. They issued all these demands. Democrats engaged in good faith. They changed the legislation in ways that even I disagreed with in order to gain Republican votes. And even the head of the caucus in the end turned his back on the deal.